So my son is home for spring break, which is so, wonderful as a mom. And one of his favorite breakfast foods are waffles. And so I have this really great sourdough waffle recipe that we have been using every Saturday morning. So I thought, oh, I really want to make this for my son. And I realized as I was kind of planning this and that our dreams are actually a lot like making a recipe with sourdough. So let me explain that. The first thing is that each one is unique. So my, San Francisco sourdough, that is a very different flavor and brings a very different experience than my sourdough. And every dream is unique. My vision, my passion, my dream is not going to be the same as anyone else's. It takes time. So as with the sourdough, I had to actually get the sponge ready last night. I had to add ingredients and let it rest overnight. And of course, the creation of the sourdough itself took weeks to make. And the same is true with our dreams. That our dreams do not, if they're big enough, they're not going to manifest like that. They take some energy and they take some steps to make them, right? I might be moving in the direction of my dream, but it's going to take some time. And they're alive. Obviously, we know that sourdough is a yeast. It continues to grow and change, and so do our dreams. The dream that we create right now, or the dream that we created years ago, is not going to be exactly the same as we take steps towards what it is we're working toward. The dream that we have, as we take the steps we see, what happens is that new paths open. Parts that we hadn't even known about, like, oh, wow, this could be something completely, I hadn't even thought about that. When we were visioning this house, we knew we wanted acreage, but now that we're in this house, our dream is changing and we want to welcome people. I want to do more retreats here. We're getting campsites ready on the property for people to come and stay. So, our dreams need to have that evolution. They need to be able to be alive and change. And we have to feed them. The reason I make sourdough waffles every week is that I need to feed that sourdough starter every week. I keep it in the fridge, and so it's only once a week instead of once a day. But every Friday night, I take it out and I pour some off and I make up my sponge and I feed what goes back in the fridge and it stays there for a week. And we need to feed our dreams. So it's great when we do, a big intensive and we have a vision and we really focus, but those dreams don't put on the shelf. That dream it needs to change. It needs to evolve. And the way that we do that is that every day we spend time with that vision. Every day we, put on the feelings of what it is that we want to have in our lives. We know that anything a thing that we want, what we're really wanting are the feelings that we think we're going to have when we get that thing. So, if I'm wanting a new car, what is the feeling that I really want? It's not about the car. It's about how I feel when I get the car, or how I think I will feel when I get the car. So if we can practice putting on those feelings, feeding our dream, every day, really visualizing yourself in that situation, in the experience. What is it like to be a successful businesswoman? What is it like to be in love and spend time with your life partner? How do you feel in that connection? And putting that on every day, not just reading our affirmation, but really feeling it, feeding that dream. That's when things start to manifest. So I invite you this week to kind of look at your life, to see how your dream is unique, to see how, what steps that you can take to move yourself toward that vision, to feel the aliveness of that dream and to not be stuck on, okay, this is what I wrote down, but to be willing to change it when that feels right, when you feel guided that this is the path actually. And to remember to feed it, to spend time, every day with that vision, what it feels like to be in it and who you are. And that's what's going to have that universal draw to you. That's what's going to bring that dream to you. Blessings.